Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. ETH indeed did test this trend line here today that we talked about yesterday and earlier today, and now actually broke above it, probably fueled by Bitcoin's uptrend at the moment. Shows some green candles on the first day of the new year. Remember last year January was pretty bullish as well. The question is, I think there have been some rumors have come out again about the ETFs, and I think that might be fueling everything a little bit. Yeah, I mean, so far ETH is reacting to the support area. The yellow count, still a reasonable assumption, a reasonable alternative, but not my primary scenario yet. In the yellow count, we would see a direct breakout higher. We can talk about targets as well, but what I have done, so yellow hasn't changed at all. Okay, but what I have done, I have changed slightly the white wave count, even though it hasn't been invalidated. The previous white scenario I had on the chart, which assumed here a wave 1 to the downside, wave 2 to the upside, A, B, C, and so on. That would only be invalidated with a break above $389. But due to the size of this move and the duration, it now actually looks a little bit better like a WXY structure, yeah? WXY and then A, B, C, so that the Y wave is actually still unfolding as an ABC structure. It's just a different it's just a different way how the white wave count can unfold. Just respects, let's say, the subdivisions a little bit better in the proportions, because in a WXY structure, the wave W is a 3-wave move. Well, that's what we see clearly, yeah, A, B, C. Then we have a 3-wave move in wave X, A, B, C. And this move down also could be an A, B, C. With that latest structure, though, I have to change slightly the white box, just slightly where it's located. And it's now moved to 2156 to 1994. Not much change. Those are, by the way, the extensions to the downside, basically the target for the Y wave. Okay, first sort of different target levels to watch. But first of all, we need to get some kind of a confirmed top in place there for the B wave in the white count. Again, B wave or white count still preferred. Obviously, next structural resistance is at around, yeah, 2,388, $2,389. That's basically the next swing high. Ideally also, I mean, even in this scenario, ideally the B wave doesn't break above it, because we can add a standard resistance zone, Fibonacci retracement zone, for that B wave to the chart. And I will, by the way, also hide the prices on the yellow box. I mean, I want to leave the support area on the chart, but otherwise it's all in the way. So this is, it's now entering Fibonacci resistance. So such a B wave, even though it can overshoot resistance, in most cases, it shouldn't break above $2,404. Yeah? So we've got here the this ABC structure. Okay, A wave down in 3 waves, B wave, or even that could even be a leading diagonal in wave A, then an A, B, C structure in wave B. So let me zoom in case you're interested in the micro. A, B, C, and it still looks like it could move a little higher, but it is an absolute chop what ETH is doing there. Bitcoin as well, by the way, absolute chop. Yeah, and then the question is, okay, we've got the resistance area, okay, so that means consequently a sustained break above $2,404 already would increase probabilities for a more direct breakout, but it's not guaranteed. And then in terms of Fibonacci extensions, so what would be an ideal target range for wave C? Here we talk about, I mean, we've now entered it, okay, usually up to the 1.618 at 2,374. They're just guidelines. So basically, that's a very, very, very much an overlap with the golden ratio here, 2,372. So ideally, it doesn't break above that level. But okay, if it does, that's fine. You can get longer C waves. Then we talk about 2,404. And if we get a break above that level, then the yellow count should gain more in momentum And indeed, we could then move up in yellow wave 3. Again, not the preferred one, but it's a reasonable alternative. And we should be looking then at around about 2,640 for circle wave 3. That should give you all the levels. At the same time, if we now see a break below today's low, which is here at 2,262, we should have a confirmation that the C wave down is playing out. Yeah, still ongoing chop, so waiting for a little bit of clarity. Not too much happened. Could easily still come down in a very large WXY structure here, but we'll see. You know, levels are clear. Overall, don't forget about it, that we are still overall watching for higher prices. Okay, so let's go to the daily chart. Sometimes I forget that, you know, not everybody is familiar with our scenarios. On the daily chart, first of all, ETH is still moving within a trend channel here. Okay, so until that trend line breaks, we haven't got a break to the downside. The overall trend is up, and we should see next, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 plus, and the bull market target at the moment is around about 8 to 12K, and I assume we are in a bullish market. I would only change my view with a break below 1678, and I would prefer a little bit of a pullback here in wave 2, but we'll see. You know, we'll see. So far the market didn't really want to come down and give us that clear wave 2. So the problem is we get a very shallow wave 2. It's rather unreliable. It will be difficult to interpret it further, but we'll see. Maybe this is sort of the last move up before the ETF sort of buy the rumor, sell the news, you know, maybe the last bit of hype. Let's see how far it can go also with Bitcoin. That's my update about ETH. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.